Hi guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. So today we are going to be touring Karnburgt with Burd. This is a building completely done by Burd. Also guys, if you want to go and check him out, he has got time lapses for this entire build, as well as the download, all on his YouTube channel. So I will link the download direct, and also YouTube channel, sir. So,
yes,
just for people, let's say where it actually is. So over there, as you can see, is clipped off. So this is all in the local kind of area that we've got. So we've got clipped off around here. All the way down there we've got Cliff, and then just through this woods we get to Karnburgt. So this is all kind of linked. I'm actually really happy with how all this whole area is now starting to turn out. It's all feeling nice and linked now, isn't it? It's looking good. And of course you've got your ships as well.
Mm-hmm.
That were invading. Clipped off early on. Right, take it away. Let's go for a tour. Let's go for a journey.
So let's go through the forest. I mean, it wasn't here before, up until we got the, the add-on, the schematic painter.
Schematic.
Which works pretty nicely.
It does, yeah. That's a time saver. So I used to do it by hand, and I think we couldn't have done this.
No, I wouldn't have put in the effort to make this if I tried to do it by hand. So yeah, you can already see the red flowers that the Karnburgt is famous for. The red fields surrounding the city, or the town, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And as you keep walking, you notice that there's some ruins of some old civilization. People at the Karnburgt call them the Verlatene, which means, I guess, the deserted.
Okay.
And there's some ruins spread about the forest. Which you can see here.
So like
but not much is known about them in the current time.
So it's one of those like lost civilizations.
It has always been here for as long as the people could remember.
Just been there. What happened to the people? Who knows? One of those. Yeah, that's quite interesting. It's good.
Yeah.
Right, now I need to find the path again. I guess flying up is going to be the easiest way, but...
I mean, you can see me on the map probably if you got it open.
There you go.
Alright. So we're traveling like parallel to the coast at the moment, with the mountains on our left and the sea on the right. As you come out of the forest, you can see a bit more of what used to be the red fields.
Yeah.
With the Karnburgt at the back, just loading in right now.
And of course, you got all these fields as well.
Yes, there's a lot of farms here. I really think that farms add to your build. I was really surprised at how much more it looked like a real thing and something really filled up and living after I added the farms.
Absolutely. And of course, it was the main economy as well for most medieval cities or towns was just, that was it. You know, they'd work for their liege lord. They'd have to give, or at least in the feudal system, give part of their time to working the lord's fields as well, in order to pay for using the lord's fields for their own food, and also obviously for money and all that kind of stuff. It's like so key to it.
I mean, yeah, people need to eat, and there's a lot of people generally in places. So I'm stopping here because there's a road sign here that leads to Kulnurn, which is the dwarven place in the mountains.
I was gonna say Dveger investing. It looks like
yeah, it's a Dvergenvesting. It's like a dwarf stronghold. The path also leads to the Mage Guild behind that.
Cool.
That people might know.
Hopefully.
So yeah, it's all linked.
It is all linked. Yeah.
Cool. So you get to the first farmstead, which is the Vuurvorst Boerderij. It's a nice little farm. It houses a couple of families. There's some houses spread about.
And they're all interiored. That's good.
Yes, everything's interiored. I made sure that happened eventually.
It takes so long. It takes so long. I like it though. I like it. I like the little barn.
It has a barn. It has a house, and it's called Fields.
Yeah. And
people with keen eyes might note that they're actually doing crop rotation as well. They're using a tri-field system. With here they're actually growing crops, but the grain fields are also rotating between summer and winter grains and an open field.
Cool. So you've gone way into it more than I do. I usually start doing it where I have a couple fields in fallow, so that's when there's nothing growing in them, and then usually end up going, actually, I'll fill that one because it looks better. But actually, no, you're right. It looks a lot nicer. It does look pretty good.
Yeah, mainly just filled it with grass and cows.
Grass and cows.
Or sheep, I suppose.
It all works.
I mean, you know, an empty field is free grass, you know. So
that's true. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, there's a little creek flowing from the mountain. This connects up to the dwarven places as well.
Yep.
With an underground water flow.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot, kind of works into the lore of, well, I say into the lore of Arkcliffe. It explains why there, in Arkcliffe, there's lakes that don't actually go anywhere. Because if there's an aquifer underground, this is actually probably where it'd come out, which is, explains away that problem.
So yeah, I suppose if you were to look at this in the real world, it wouldn't have 1 meter deep rivers flowing through the field. But it's irrigated anyway.
It's always the problem with Minecraft, but the idea is there that it all flows together and then builds up, and it's actually amazing how much runoff water builds into like small streams and stuff anyway in real life. I'm always amazed by that. I just think, where the hell's this stream coming from?
This little stream also catches water from the actual castle itself. So
is that water from the castle, or is that something else?
Well, I mean, it would. Oh, what this is? This might be a world edit error. Never mind that. But I mean, the rainwater would flow down from the hill, of course.
Yeah, absolutely, and
collect up in the stream
to get into the sea. So it all links up, which is always good.
Yes.
As well. I like it. I like that.
So if we travel up the hill, we get to the Lord's Gate, which, I mean, it's called like that because it's the second gate that's built into the town, and the main connection is straight to the castle. There's a little pathway to the rest of the town if you go straight ahead, but, you know, it's not too big of an entrance. It's just for people that actually want to get to their home.
I like this. I like how defensible it is.
Yes, it's got a really long causeway, or like walls around it. It's a kill box.
That is a proper kill zone. Because you can imagine, just like if you did have an attacker, you would just put a load of just crates and wood and stuff in here, in the middle of it, block it up. They would break through those gates, they'd cram themselves in, and you just shoot them. That'd be it. Yes,
barricades, wooden spikes, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Even anything they can set on fire, throw some hay in there and set it on fire. You know, just anything. Cool.
And of course, this place is being used as a storage space for large construction materials. Where I discovered this design with the looms, which I actually quite like. It makes it look like there's planks, even though of course there's not. It looks like just a box or you know, a collection of planks.
I like
which I think is really nice.
See, I was trying to figure this out earlier because I was looking at it on top of one of the towers that you've got this. I was thinking arrows as well, if they're laid down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm using it for general construction stuff, I guess.
It's good, isn't it? Yeah, but it works for so much.
But it works,
yeah. I like it.
So right, I say we keep the most exciting thing for last. Maybe?
I agree. Yeah, castle last.
We leave the castle until last.
Yeah. Sneak peek.
All right. So if we just go through like the Peasant's Gate.
Peasant's Gate.
You know, there's ways up the walls. There's a name for it. I forgot it. But still. We first encounter the blacksmith right here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in universe, of course, it's called Antony's Staalsmederij.
Excellent. Yes.
Which is just Anthony's blacksmith, I suppose. And it's got interiors as well. So.
Nice little interior.
Most places have a fireplace, or they have a furnace at least.
Good.
And a nice cozy upstairs for the whole family to sleep.
Yep.
And the way out to
a
little garden, because of course the blacksmith is a bit, you know, he has a bit more money than other people. He's got some animals up here.
He's got a pig. He's got a couple of chickens.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, free food, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice. Can keep the pigs for winter and stuff. So yeah, I kind of took this forge design, I believe, from something that you've built, if I remember correctly. The forge in clipped off looks like this a bit,
okay.
I think.
I can't remember.
I think I built it around this time.
Yeah, I like this. I like the actual bellows though. I don't think I've put that in there, so I like that being used as bellows. That's good.
I like that you actually recognize it as a bellows.
Yeah, I was gonna say because of course Conquest makes it so easy to put bellows in because it's just got a block, whereas with vanilla, the only thing I've ever done, I think, is just had like a hole and maybe some rope or something. But actually, I quite like the loom. I like that.
Yeah, the loom is a really versatile block. I know
good.
you use the barrels a lot for building materials. But
Yeah.
I don't really like it that much. Like, I wouldn't use it myself. It feels a bit like cheating, I suppose. I use the looms a lot.
They're good, aren't they?
So yeah, here is IJzerbrands en Zonen Houtwerkerij. So that's the guy and his sons. Just the woodcraft.
I like it. Like making beds.
It's not really a guild, but
making
beds, making furniture, making
stuff like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's cool.
I use the hay as sawdust because I nearly opened my inventory to look for the conquest sawdust and for like the hay on the floor.
I know. They need to add some more stuff like that. It's so good, isn't it, detail-wise?
Yeah, they've got an inside as well. It's a bit bigger, you know.
Yep.
There's a lot of people coming in here during the day.
Well, I guess I can kind of imagine them. Well, one, they'd want to. If you're getting some furniture made and it's going to take them a little bit more time, being able to sit down in a fancy chair would be really good for selling stuff.
Yeah, to make some appointments and stuff. So up here is the balcony or the upper floor with a bed for the family and a bed for, you know, the workers that come here.
Yep.
Somewhere I heard or read that it is a usual thing for people like apprentices to actually live with the family.
Absolutely.
Of their master. So
that is exactly what would have happened. So they do it with all of the types of craft, really. They'd always like go away from home, and you would then basically they'd almost be like your stepdad in the end.
Yeah.
So it's weird, isn't it? Nice little camp here.
Yes, there's a little seating place down here in the shadow of some trees. And the washing up is, or not really the washing up, the clothes.
The clothes, clothes washing.
Yeah, clothes. And the little stream that flows from the mountain somehow.
Aquifers, just say aquifer or spring or it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So here lives Bernard, and he's a bowyer. So he has some bows and he has a little table. He's a casual guy, he just doesn't have a dinner table, I suppose.
Well, I don't.
Just making his bows, you know.
It depends on how rich you were. A lot of people actually used to sleep on their tables.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like,
I don't know where I saw it, but I once watched a documentary about castle keeps and how the rooms there were really multi-purpose.
Yeah, everything was. So it's amazing, really. So the poor people, especially, you know, sleep on the floor. If they got a bench that they use as their main table, that's what they'd use. It's mad.
And mainly just stuff that you could assemble, you know, in place.
Yep.
So right, we've come to the market square. Which, I mean, it isn't that big. There's not too many people living here. It's more of just the castle's people, I suppose. It's a very dangerous well. Don't fall in.
Does it go anywhere?
No. It isn't a secret well like the one in Riverhold.
Finally. Locked down.
No, it's going to aquifers.
Of course, yeah.
So, yeah. So there's a couple of stalls here. This one isn't being used at the moment, but over here is Port Silver Fish. Gets imported from the port. You might have seen it someplace. The ships were from Port Silver and clipped off. And there's the beef stall, I suppose.
Yep.
This pole here in the middle is a monument to, well, I mean, they call it the Slag om de Rode Velden. We call it the Battle of the Red Fields.
Aha.
Which is a battle so gruesome that it actually turned all the flowers in the field red.
Yep.
According to the myth or the legend.
The myth and the legend. I like it.
So yeah.
It's nice.
It is being remembered.
Yeah, it fits really well with the style. It's like a totem. It's good.
Yeah. I was inspired by, I don't know if you'd seen it, but in Loffenburg, back on Darwin, there was a big giant pole in the middle of the market square as well. That inspired me to build this one.
Fair enough. I haven't seen it, but I know of Loffenburg, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
So then there's the biggest building in the place, except for the castle.
Yep.
Which is the inn.
Now, I love what you've done with the inn. I really like it. I think it's one of my favourite buildings.
Yes, thank you. I was really surprised of how it turned out.
This looks so cool.
This build started out as mainly the main rectangle you can see in the middle, like the biggest roof. That was the inn when I started building it. And I thought this looks kind of lame, so I started adding stuff and more stuff to the outside. So little dormers, little extensions and stuff, and it made it look really nice. It's got depth in almost every direction, and it's got the best banner design I've ever made.
It has got, without a doubt, one of the best banner designs. Is it just 3 different banners? I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, lay on top of each other. It looks awesome. That's really cool. Right.
Yes.
Let's
get inside. Apparently there's rooms for rent and the best dwarven ale. So yeah, inside there's a little bar, and there's some seating places, some cozy corners and some tables, and of course a fire to keep it all warm.
Do you do the same? Do you do the same as me? Whenever you build an inn, you always try and make a corner where Aragorn could sit. Like somewhere like the darkest corner that you can get, that you can imagine, where you can see most of it.
I haven't really thought of that.
So I was going to say, this corner, I know it's not that dark, but you can see the whole place.
Yes, you could.
Yeah,
it's a great observation point.
Cool, I like it.
And of course, as in, I don't know if it's where you live as well, but in the Netherlands, there's always that Pancake Houses. They're old barns and stuff. They always have farm equipment on the walls and stuff to decorate it. So we've got some brewing stands and some bottles on the walls in here as well.
Nah, see, we don't really have Pancake Houses. The only one I've ever been to is, well, actually, we have. Actually, my city has now got a Waffle House, so it's kind of started. But I don't know what they got on the walls. I'll have to check next time. Well, when we're out of lockdown, I guess.
So, yeah, I suppose old farmhouse restaurants have it as well. It just the warm colors make me think of that. So if you go behind the bar, of course there's a washing basin and stuff, and a tap. But there's also the entrance to the rooms upstairs. So you know there's only access if the person behind the bar actually knows you're allowed to be up here. So there's a little common room.
Nice.
Little place to sit up here, and some rooms connected.
Cool.
So in here they're all quite small, but of course it's an inn.
It's an inn.
So there's all double beds, I believe, mostly, and a table and a lantern and stuff.
Not bad, not bad.
It's quite a couple of rooms actually.
They are,
I really didn't think there would fit that much stuff in here. So yeah, up here is another gate, which is the spiral staircase to the attic where the actual family that runs the inn lives.
Yep.
So they need to live somewhere as well. So they've got beds, tables, sleeping room for, I guess, the family heads, so the parents,
the
I suppose.
innkeeper.
Yes, and
storage.
an attic with some more storage.
Imagine them just shoving everything in. Because the thing is, this is exactly how I imagine it. They would keep everything else pretty clean, and then whenever they've got any stuff, it just has to go into their living quarters because they haven't really got anywhere else.
Yeah, no, they don't have a cellar, so to keep all their random stuff upstairs.
Nice.
So that's the inn. The Gulden Draak, I think it's called. Yes, the Gulden Draak Herberg. It's the Golden Dragon Inn. Mainly because I wanted to have a cool sign, so I picked the coolest looking item, and it kind of looks like a golden dragon.
Yep. Yep, fair enough. Yep. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. So over here, there's another well.
Yep.
There's also a staircase up to quite a special building. The Maan Temple. Alleen betreden na zonsondergang.
Oh, I completely missed that staircase. I went past it.
So this is the Moon Temple of the religion up here. They worship mainly the moon and the night sky.
Ah, cool.
Of course, inspired by the elves, Tolkien's works.
Oh, I like
so
this.
there is.
Oh, I really like that altar. I'm so glad I got that plugin to work for the
it is
coral.
amazing.
Oh my god, that looks awesome.
This is the best you can get to like food storage in vanilla Minecraft.
Yeah, that is
This
so
is
good.
just like, you know, red cabbage or something.
That is, yeah, it's so good. It just looks like with the thing you got in the background, whatever it's called. What's that thing called? End crystal. Yeah, it just looks really magical, special.
Yes.
You know.
It is a.
So good.
I'd say this is like the altar, and if you actually switch your P time to night, there's a little thing, I believe, if you got your shaders on, which I believe you do. At midnight, the moon comes up. If you've got the right shaders, I'm using Silber's. Right now it's over there, but I should have written it down.
That's right.
If you set your P time to 0, you see some shadow at the altar.
Yeah, because I've got Zeus, it's slightly off, but I can still see the moon through it, so it still looks very cool.
Yes, and it puts a shadow on the altar.
Oh yeah, that actually does.
Midnight.
Yeah, that does it at 0. Yeah.
So I always imagine there being a crystal on top or something, you know, those crystal clocks and stuff.
Oh, that's so good. That's very clever. I've never even seen that. And of course, that would happen for a lot of ancient religions that we see now.
Yeah.
Have always lined it up with, like either summer solstice, especially, or winter solstice.
Indeed, stuff like Stonehenge. And
yeah, so that is so good. Right, I'm just gonna reset my P time.
Yes.
There you go. I like that.
Right, so
cool.
The temple there, it isn't a big thing. It's like a pretty, they're not too full of themselves, the priests and religion. So out here is a space to chill and to have prayers when it's during the day or when there's an important ceremony happening inside.
Cool.
People can still be here and feel a little bit of the spirituality, I suppose.
Moon temple?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So if we go up a bit
there.
more, we find some more of the battlements outside guarding the other gate, which is the west gate. And there's a little training area for the guards that might come here and might live here. So there's some hay bales stuck in the hillside for archery practice. There's some mannequins for cutting practice, and of course there's a little administration place with a little armory.
Nice. No armory as well. Awesome.
Yeah.
Not bad. I like it.
There's not really much to say about this. It's just a little building with an interesting roof. I really started to experiment with the roofs. Because in Conquest, you always hear people saying you need to, put some weird stuff in your roofs. You need to put blocks in them and different colors. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna make clean-looking roofs, but I'm gonna make them interesting.
Yeah.
So you can already see here and on top of the inn as well, the roofs that I'm starting to use for all my Elven builds. Like the curved and slanted roofs.
Yeah, I'm really liking the curves. Actually, from when I had a look at this, that's why Riverside, I ended up going, right, I'm going to go with super curved roofs. So, but obviously the opposite way around. So instead of them being like an upside down boat there, the other type of curve. But I like them. Really like them.
Yes, it's a bit more Nordic, I suppose. A bit more.
Yeah.
Like pine woody type of stuff.
Yeah. That's good though. I like it.
Right. So over here, there's another house. It's like the guard's house. Like the head, the guard. Lives in this house. His name is Elric Dirkzoon. Which translates pretty well, I suppose.
Yep.
It's just a house. It's got a table and it's got a very small bedroom upstairs.
Yeah. Oh god, that's really small. Wow. Oh wow. Poor guard.
Oh no, actually, I'm lying a bit. This is the room for like the deurwaarder. I don't know the English word. Like the tax collector.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, taxman. Tax collector.
Yes.
There's probably a better word of it for it in medieval times.
Downstairs, and if you follow upstairs,
yep,
there's another entrance to the building. and this is where head of the guard
Aha,
sleeps.
there you go. Cool.
Yes.
Excellent. God, I'm trying to think of what it's called. There is an actual word for it in English, like a medieval-y type word for tax collector or tax man.
Yeah, I wouldn't know it.
Oh, God. Cool, so we're in one of the towers. So I'm guessing this is the gatehouse, isn't it? Or...
Yes, this is the main building of the gatehouse.
Cool.
Which has got a little armory, and you know, I like this design. It might be a bit too open for windows, but
I like it.
I like the.
You've got to break it up every so
design.
often, otherwise you end up with the same stairs. Basically, is the only thing you can do for arrow slits.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, you can get onto the bridge, where there's a lot of shooty opportunity, and some manholes as well.
Yep.
Murder holes.
Murder holes. Yep.
And here's the other tower.
So there's no portcullis though. That's the only thing.
No, there's no portcullis. It's just a gate.
Just a gate.
It's just a gate.
I like that. Actually, I really like this. I like that you've got the with the fence instead of with iron bars. So when it goes stone, you've got iron bars. When you got wood, it's fence. I like that because it then like meshes those two together without it having to be the same material. It's nice.
Yeah, it does, and also the fences are just a bit broader than the bars. It feels a bit more closed off.
I like that.
So yeah, this tower is built on like a natural rock, so there's no downstairs to this.
Okay.
But it is really sturdy, I suppose. So there's also little stables for if you come in and want to ditch your horse somewhere.
That's good. I'm just going to have a quick look around that from the outside
go
as
ahead.
well. There we go. Yes, you can see those from there. Can you get to the roof of that stone tower? That's the only thing. So you've got the roof.
No, there is no roof access to this, I believe.
To be fair, in reality, they would just have a ladder.
Yeah,
they would just throw a ladder up at any time they needed to get up there. Because,
I suppose so. It's got walkways, but I guess I forgot to put in the access.
God. No, I was just wondering. I was gonna say probably here would be the best place, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it works. Right, cool. Anyway.
I think we had most of the town now.
I think we have, yep.
There's only if we go back to the marketplace.
Yep.
There is another little thing. Oh. Don't fall in the well. If you follow the little stream, there's a nice tree, which took me like 2 hours because I totally forgot how to do trees.
It happens. It happens really suddenly, and you just think, this doesn't look right, and then you realise that it's not supposed to look right.
Yeah, and there's a little ruined house down here.
So have you got any lore with this one at all?
I think I did, but I didn't write it down, so I forgot.
Okay, that's fair enough. I like it though. I like that you've actually got that in there.
I was really struggling with what to do in this corner because there's the stream going out. Because there was just too good of like a gap in between the rocks for me to not put a stream in there.
Yep. So that stream goes out to a lake. Cool.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Now I was flying up. Totally forgot. There's also another, I guess, gathering spot. Up in the roofs, in the rocks, here.
Oh yeah.
Which was
that's totally
inspired by the 7 Seats or something near Athens.
Oh, okay.
If anyone's been there, if you go to Athens and go to the the places where the old stoas are, there's also a place where the Athenian leaders would have meetings in the rocks with carved seats. It's right next to some philosopher's prison or something.
Oh, that's pretty cool, to be fair.
So yeah, it was a really cool place, and I think this quite resembles it.
Nice. I like that. Because, like you say, it's like a nice little natural place. So natural you don't even notice it. So only the locals would even know about it. So if you were
straight past it.
Yeah, if you were a visiting trader, you wouldn't know, and that's where all the locals have gone. So that's pretty cool.
So yeah, the gate you've been here, I think. So let's go up to the castle through the little alleyway.
No, wrong way. Where did you go?
I went in between the guard's house and the tower.
Oh, is there an alleyway down? Oh, there. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I didn't even notice that cut. Oh, and there's a door there.
Oh yeah, there's a door.
Take it.
Oh.
Yeah, look, there's a... Where is this, actually? Wait a minute.
This is beneath the armory.
Ah, okay, okay.
That's really well hidden.
That
like
is
you
so
can look
well
down
hidden,
on the
yeah.
stairs from upstairs, but
I didn't even notice the stairs in there. Wow, that's cool. Okay.
I'm surprised by my own build. It's a couple months ago since I finished this, so that's why.
Oh, I like that though. That is very cool. Cool, right, okay. Anyway. Journey on. Oh, nice little wood store as well.
Let's get to the actual Burd itself. So the actual... I suppose the English still has the word Burr for old fortified settlements.
We do for settlements, yeah, from like the kind of Germanic languages, meaning like a hill or castle-y fort thingamajiggy. Yeah. It's just pretty sure it's going to be quite watered down in English now to mean just pretty much anything.
I mean, you've got Edinburgh as well.
Yeah, we do, yeah. So we've got it in there.
But yeah, Burd in Dutch still means keep of a castle.
Okay, cool.
So if we were to go up to the keep, you're met with a very large gatehouse, which also doesn't have portcullis. Because I was kind of tired of making mechanisms for portcullises.
That's always the problem, because you usually build it and then you go, the mechanism isn't big enough, okay, I need to rebuild it. I like that you've done it at 45 degrees as well.
It is a pain to make the towers look interesting, but not too different.
Yep. And I do not like 45-degree angles anymore. I used to be alright with them, I used to be okay, but now like slight angles I've got much more comfortable with, but as soon as you go 45-degree, it just, for some reason, just doesn't look right. There's something about it that looks too, I don't know, something, but it looks good. I like it. It's better than my 45-degree gatehouse that I've built recently, because I have built one very recently. And it looks a lot better than that, so I might steal some of the ideas and just take it. Because the matriculations, I didn't do any, like you've done here.
Oh.
So that little gap.
I felt like I need to have them. That is just like the mechanism on the portcullis. You need to have it.
Yeah, I just couldn't figure it out, so I gave up. So mine just doesn't have them. It just has holes to drop stuff. And that's it.
I suppose, yeah.
I like it.
So it actually only has a single gate, which isn't too much. But I mean, there's been 3 gates before this already, so...
The main thing, though, is that your approach to the castle is annoying. So if you had a battering ram...
Yep.
Well, one, it's really thin. Either side is really thin. You probably go up this way, but even if you go up this way, you're going to get shot to hell. Then you're going to have to try and turn it, which is going to be a nightmare, and then you're just going to end up giving up, I reckon.
Well, you're only going to be able to carry up a log. There's no real cart that you could realistically push up here.
No, not one heavy enough to get through quite thick walls, so it's pretty much, a log and a load of really big men that look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's pretty much it. Right, so we're in the courtyard.
Yes, I'd like to welcome you to the maze that is the Karnburgt.
Yep.
I still get lost, also while preparing this. So let's look at the gatehouse first. There's tons of little rooms for guards to chill and to sit and to guard the place, you know?
Yep.
So this side apparently hasn't got a lot to it. Let's see, where can we go next?
Wow.
Well, there's 2 entrances to the main keep. One below, which leads to the visitation room, I guess, like the antechamber. And the kitchens in the back. So I don't know where I got the big thing from.
Oh, that was stolen from me. I put that in clipped off and I was like, that works so well. Apparently you can freeze it in place somehow. I had to relook at that comment. Yeah, there's some command that you can do so you can get it in place so it doesn't move and look like it's...
Yeah, with that you could probably also put the iron bar there and then spawn in the pig or something.
Yeah, I reckon
it would actually
so.
be inside the block.
Pretty good.
And there's the storage place down here.
Nice. Cool.
What I really tried to do with this building is make the walls not necessarily realistically thick, so they're not like 4 meters thick.
Yeah.
In some places they are 3 thick, but they're mostly 2 blocks thick, which means that I can have an inside wall with a different color. Because of course castles they didn't look like this. People
Nope.
wanted to have nice plastered rooms, so
Yep.
they had plastered rooms.
Exactly, yeah. It's always been a problem in Minecraft.
Yeah.
I find anyway. And the only problem we've got really is we haven't got enough white blocks with slabs and stairs to do full whitewash on the
quartz
outside.
has been turning out really nice.
Oh, smooth quartz.
Since the smooth quartz is really amazing, especially in Faithful. Right. So there's a little passageway we could take, and you can see some nice battlements with a really nice view of, I guess, the coast and the cliffs, and some flowers, as you might notice. Again, inspired by real life castle. I think it's called Chateau de Haute Koningsburg in France somewhere. In the Elsa's region, so that's the border between Germany and France.
Cool.
Where they had an amazing castle garden filled with herbs that have like healing powers.
Yeah.
And stuff to make beer with and that kind of stuff.
Yep, St. Michael's Mount, though, it's near me. It's basically a little island that's off the water, and when the tide basically goes out, you can actually walk to it.
Yes,
and that you've been there, yeah. So that's got a garden as well. I don't know if you got to see that or not. Sometimes it's closed.
I don't think I've seen the garden.
Yeah, sometimes it's closed when you go and see it, but it's got quite a big garden, and it's like similar to this, where it's got battlements on it, but you can kind of tell that they're so high up that actually realistically no one's going to use it.
You know?
Yeah. Realistically, you can't imagine any archers really being on it because no one's going to attack that kind of side. But that's cool. I like it. Right, should we? Have you headed back inside already?
No, I'm behind you.
There you are. Cool.
So yeah, there's a little priest room, I suppose, or like the church entrance. Because up here is the chapel, which is also in a 45-degree angle.
I really like this. I usually don't like 45-degree angles, but I love that the chapel is at a 45-degree angle, and that you got the stained glass to work as well.
Yes,
that is so good.
I think it's really cool that you could use these panes to actually connect to get If that wouldn't work, this wouldn't be a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, definitely. I like that. I need to have a look at that from the outside now. I totally forgot because I've had a look at this before. Oh, there it is. See, you can tell that it's a chapel as well on the outside. It looks chapel-like. I don't know why I was expecting it not to, but I like that. That's good.
It was a horrible process trying to make the outside look all right.
Yeah.
Because the tower, it ended up in a 2x2, which is
yep,
as people might know, horrendous to work with.
Yep. No, it's not too bad. But I like it. I like how you've gone with the going from blocks and then to walls and then into iron bars. I think it helps smooth it out because otherwise it does, like you say, looks just really blocky. No, I like that. That's good.
Yeah, that was the ground floor of the whole thing.
Cool.
Except, if we go...
do we need to have a look at this room down here before we forget?
Oh, there's a room down here.
There is.
It's the Granary.
It's the Granary.
It's the main food store for the castle and maybe the town if they need some.
Fair enough.
Right, so there's more to the gatehouse underneath this little roof. There's an actual room in which you can travel up towards the actual fighting stations. Which has got quite reasonable arrow slits for a 45-degree angle tower.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's pretty good.
And a quite nostalgic arrow barrel from Conquest.
Definitely, yeah. That just goes up to the top. Cool.
So, yeah.
It's stuck on
There's another door to the actual bridge over the gate.
Oh, cool.
Which is a mess, so it might have been a good choice for you to actually skip it.
No, it's fine.
Skip like the shooty bits. But there's murder holes and windows.
Yeah, it all works. The thing is that it's so difficult to get it to look right on 45, so it's done a better job than I did. I like this as well.
Yeah, this is something that I put in afterwards after I connected it up to here.
Okay.
Because I had to connect the walls to the thing, and to fit the door in, you need to make it the 90-degree block. So that's why this pillar is in here, and there's a little window in it as well.
I like it. That's cool.
It's also the only way to access the wall, which might not be that great of a decision, but
No,
you know,
it'd be a good.
everything's
I reckon it'd be a
falls.
good decision. Anything where you compartmentalize anything, it's good. That's good. Cool. There's nothing. Oh, there. Right. So I just find another like really weird little walk around
Yes.
bit.
Nice
like
to
that.
keep the warmth in for the
Yeah,
guards.
Right. Let's get back to it then. There you are.
Yes, so this tower here is the Stair Tower, the
Mhm.
little thing on the side. So up here is the spiral staircase, but we'll skip that for now.
Yep.
And we'll head to the main hall.
Yep.
Except there's also a tower with some stuff in it over here, with a ladder up to someone's room.
It's quite a nice room actually.
Look at place. Yes, it
It's
is.
not bad,
I
yeah.
forgot who actually lived there, but
It's not bad at all.
it's got a balcony as well, and that's the main feature.
Oh.
One of the arrow pieces, slits have been made into balconies and large windows.
Ooh.
So I guess that
Cool.
would be the captain of the guard, as
Yeah,
long as
yeah.
he stays inside the castle, so he can look down on the courtyard as they do in movies.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. They absolutely do. For no real reason, you just go, "What? How can they use that? Well, it cost a lot of money." Cool.
So yeah, someone like a servant, I
Mhm.
guess, would live here, which also has a side entrance to the main hall.
Oh
You need
god,
to
you have
crouch
to.
for
Yeah,
it.
you really need to use it to crouch.
So yeah, it has the entrance to the balcony or like the stairway as well.
Yeah. Cool.
And it's got the biggest table I could fit in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
While still being able to walk around.
Yep.
So you can see the white walls and the actual windows that are a bit, they're a bit further in the wall.
I like that. Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're realistic because that is exactly what happens. They're so angled that you think, what? What's happened?
So that is where the actual word of windowsill comes from, I suppose.
Yep. Awesome.
In Dutch, it's called a vensterbank, which is like a sill bench, I suppose.
Same thing, isn't it?
There would actually be benches inside,
Yep.
the side of windows.
Absolutely. I like it. I like that you've got glass windows on these where they're like less exposed to. Say if you were going to become under attack, like where the windows are, you wouldn't expect people to be trying to attack and break those windows because they're quite far away.
not
So
really.
it's good, isn't it? So it lets
And
lets the light.
otherwise, you could always put boards on there or something. But
Yeah.
it's just not too practical to have them in Minecraft.
No, exactly. I mean, it's like on ships. They just used to remove the glass to put a cannon in,
Yeah,
and that was it. It was just always built that way. I expected old style castles to probably be similar if they did have windows like that anyway.
they probably had shutters or something.
All that, yeah, shutters and everything. Right, so enter here.
But yeah, there's the scribe that lives here, and his students or people that need to talk with him.
Yep.
He's got loads of books. I guess you could kind of call him like a maester type,
Yep.
the all-knowing
Absolutely.
semi-wizard that lives here.
Yep.
Alright, so let's get to the Stair Tower, because that is the key to the net, to like all the other places in the building.
Down there. There it
So
is.
it's got some really nice looking windows from the outside, these two. They
Yep.
connect up, like, they go diagonal. I think it's really cool. If you go down, you get back to the kitchen and the antechamber.
Okay.
If you go up, you get towards the wooden bit of the tower, so the stair actually ends here.
Mm-hmm.
And you're up right beneath the wooden superstructure, I suppose.
Yep.
So these beams hold up the wooden parts of the building.
Cool.
So yeah, there's some windows tucked in, and down here is another smart. I think this might be like the foreign relations department of the
Yep.
castle. Because if you go up there, there's a rookery with some real improvised cages and bird poop on the floor.
Let's get a bird in though. What's it called? What's the bird called?
Parrots?
Yeah. That's all I've been doing anyway. It's either that or... Because mine I just put either parrots or bats.
He
Yeah.
glitched out of the room.
Yeah, he did a bit. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can... Hang on a minute. No, you can't put it on there
I know
though.
he's in the spot. Well, I guess he won't escape.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Anyway, yeah, I like that. That's cool. The only thing is, all you can do is just hear them then. It makes so much noise.
I guess that would be
there
fun.
we go, that's the stairs. Cool.
Down here is the main armory.
Yep.
I was really struggling with what to do with the circular tower, so this is the only circular thing about this whole city.
Yep.
And you can see kind of the corner here. I guess we're in like a quarter of the tower.
Yep.
So there's some rooms for some servants or family of the
Nice.
lord or visitors
Nice
to
looking
sleep in.
rooms, yep. Good. There we go. Yeah, this has got to be servants, definitely.
Yeah.
Lots of them packed in. Right.
And back here is a little storage unit as well.
Cool.
You need to keep your stuff somewhere, you know?
Yep.
I'm sure the lord's got a lot of stuff.
Stuff and ale and more ale.
Yeah. So up here, I think this looks really cool. It's like, I again don't know what it's called in English. Like the stair house, the place where the stairs connect, and where there's a little place to walk between the actual rooms and the stairs.
Trying to think. I know what you mean. I just don't know the word. It's weird when it's like a common word. Well, you think it's a common word.
Well,
I forget what it is. If I remember it, I'll let you know.
So yeah, the very impressive Lord's room.
That is very impressive.
I was impressed when I opened it this afternoon to check it out.
That is really good. I like it. I love the bed, as well as the style of the whole headrest and everything.
Yes.
Oh, that is so good. And again, your favourite block, the loom.
Yes.
That is good.
So the bed is actually in the middle of the room.
Mm-hmm.
There's a behind as well, where there's some more stuff and some more tables for the family to sit at. A place for reading, a place for writing, and a place for the children to sleep in their own little bed cabinets.
I really like that. I really like that.
For some reason, I do think they look really medieval. They would fit inside a real-life castle, so to say.
They definitely would. Yeah, I like that. I'm stealing that. Definitely reusing that. That looks so good.
Don't know if you've actually ever been to like a palace or a castle that had interiors, because medieval cabinets and beds look too over decorated.
Yep.
Mostly. And I think this really captures that.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah. That's good though. Nice wardrobe. And what's the view like from here? Pretty good actually. It's a pretty good view.
It is. I mean, this room is the entire wooden bit on top of the castle, so
awesome.
So yeah, there's another stairway up. Just go around here. Which leads to...
I've just remembered the word. We call it landing.
Oh, the landing.
Yeah. That's such a weird... I don't know why that verb gets reused for something totally different. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is such a weird English word. Doesn't make any sense. And then, the main hall kind of thing.
Up here is the room where the Lord and his family would live, not sleep. So these tables down here could be put in the middle for eating. They could be used to write on, to live on, to play on, to whatever with. And some chairs for the family to sit in to meet friends and family.
And delegates from other kingdoms.
Well, they would probably be met down in the Great Hall.
Oh, that too, yeah. Yeah, unless you wanted to really tire someone out.
Yes.
Yeah. And you've gone with carpet as well, so is that matching that kind of similar
it's red and yellow, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it's just because the floor would look boring underneath it.
Yeah.
It wasn't there.
That's fair enough. Cool. I like it. It looks awesome.
Yes, thanks a lot.
Oh, I really like that. The windows where it's got the beam coming out. That's on both sides as well. This long window.
Yeah, just you can look at it from the outside as well.
Yeah,
we're actually in the second part of the wooden bit up here.
Oh, that looks really good. Cool. Right, let's have a fly around the outside.
Yes.
If that's it, I think that's it.
That is all.
There you go. Look at that. I like it. Yeah, so it's this bit. So that's where it is. It's because of the way the roof is.
Yes.
That's why that works. Because I was wondering what this, because I could obviously just see it with like some stairs, and I was like, it looks really good, but I wonder what it looks like from the outside. Actually, it looks really good. That works perfectly.
Thanks.
That's so cool.
So yeah, out here you can see the windows of the Great Hall.
You can also see the parrots that escaped.
And yeah, I really like this little roof design with the very little windows peeking up above.
Oh yeah, and yep, I like that. Oh, that must have been a pain to world edit it in. Did it ping off a couple times?
The rails.
Yeah.
Well, there's a really easy trick to do it. Just grab this here. You can just build it and destroy it, and it'll stay in place.
Okay.
As long as you don't destroy the block behind it.
Fair enough. Cool. Cool. That's good. I like it. It's really good. I do like the coloured, different colours as well. So you've got stained glass on these bits. That looks really good.
Yeah.
As it moves its way up. It's cool. Look at that. So anyway, guys, I think that is it from us. If you guys do want to go and check it out and see how it gets built in the time lapse, I'll leave a link in the description as well, as a link to the map download, so you guys can go and check that out. Thanks, Burd. It's been awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for covering it. I mean, I think it really adds to the world as well.
It does, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of added a different culture in, which is always really good. Because with this kingdom, you can kind of imagine that always would kind of happen. Everything evolves over time. It's a mixing of different cultures. So I like it. I really like it. And I really like the roof style. I think you can kind of see actually how it's evolved now that you've pointed it out. I can see how it's evolved as you've kind of built up.
Like towards the Elven build, or
well, no, just like from these buildings. Like you started doing little bits of curves and then got bigger, and you kind of evolved that style. And then when you get to the actual keep itself, the roof is kind of almost fully developed. You know, you've kind of gone, yep, that is exactly how it should look, and that's it. And I think it looks really good. It's almost like the townspeople have imitated that roof design, if you know what I mean. Some of them have got it really good.
Yes, I suppose so.
Yeah.
But I mean, it started out as a weird flex from the woodworkers.
Yeah, that's good. Cool. All right. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and we will see you on the next one.
See ya.